Wild animals are incredible to admire, but most of them keep us, humans, at a distance for clear reasons. I mean, who wants to get bitten by a venomous snake or attacked by an even angrier lion sometimes? However, wild animals behave in ways that we cannot comprehend and have given us amusing surprises as they've come to save fellow humans. Although not the entirety of these animals on this rundown spared people deliberately. Some just became accidental saints, while the motivations of others stay in question. In one case, some believe the rescuers were intending to eat the individual they spared. On that note, today we're going to be looking at 10 unbelievable flashes when wild animals saved people. But before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more shocking yet amazing videos. Number 10. Dog saves boy from snake. In Texas, back in 1982, a 2-year-old youngster had been strolling with his grandma when Arf, the family hound, became exceptionally unsettled. The pooch turned out to be disturbed to such an extent that the grandma believed it best to take the kid inside. Mrs. Sparkles, the youngster's mom, came out to discover Arf in a battle with a 24-inch North American coral snake. She shot the snake, yet Arf had had a ton of bites and scratches and had to be admitted into a veterinary emergency clinic for 24 days. Number 9. Gorilla saves boy from being attacked. On August 16, 1996, in the Brookfield Zoo, a 4-year-old kid fell into a gorilla enclosure and became unconscious. Binti Jua, a female gorilla, protected the youngster from different gorillas in the same enclosure. She at that point supported him in her arms, while her 1-year-old child was on her back, and carried him 60 feet to a passageway where animal specialists could recover him. This isn't a single case. On August 31, 1986, at Jersey Zoo, a 3-year-old kid fell into a gorilla nook and lost consciousness. A huge male gorilla named Jambo stood to watch over the kid, not permitting any of the others to draw close. When the kid woke up and began crying, all of the gorillas eased off, and animal specialists, alongside an emergency vehicle, had the opportunity to recover him securely. Number 8. 3 guardian lions. It's a courageous demonstration worth remembering uniquely in a time when individuals appear to have overlooked that wild creatures can be caring even when they do look frightening. This story happened in 2012. A young African girl was kidnapped by 7 men and left as though dead in the backwoods since she rejected not to marry. The young lady stayed with the men for 7 days while police scanned for her. The police led a pursuit to locate the youngster, and following a day of extensive searching, they discovered her. The young lady was watched over by 3 lions standing gatekeeper, as though they were guard hounds. The lions didn't eat the young lady as everyone would expect. They just stayed with her. Considering the positive outcome, our 3 Savannah rulers left as though they had satisfied their main goal. Number 7. Dolphin saved teenager from drowning. David Cecchi was 14 years of age and couldn't swim when he dropped out of his father's boat in southeast Italy. He was close to death when dolphin Filippo acted the hero. Filippo had been a famous tourist attraction off Manfredonia in southeast Italy for a long time. While Emanuele Cecchi was as yet uninformed his child had fallen into the waves, Filippo was pushing him up out of the water to protection. The dolphin weighed down on the boat and drew near enough for David's dad to snatch him. David's mom, Signora Cecchi, stated, "It is a legend. It appears to be outlandish a creature could have accomplished something to that effect, to feel the impulse to spare a human life." Oceanic analyst Dr. Giovanna Barbieri stated, "Filippo appears not to be scared of people. I'm not astounded he ought to have done such a superb thing as to spare a human." Number 6. Lulu the Vietnamese rescue pig. Joanne Altsman crumbled to the ground on one day like any other. A severe pain hit her chest. She was the survivor of heart failure. Alone at home, she would have unquestionably left this world if she hadn't gotten the help of her Vietnamese pig named Lulu. Seeing her special lady curving in pain on the ground, she came out of the house at max throttle. she didn't hesitate for a second to stop traffic by laying on the road. Her endeavors were not futile. One individual at last paused and followed the Vietnamese pig, who led him to her special lady lying on the floor. The Good Samaritan quickly called for help, which in the long run spared her life. Joanne was fortunate to be in the company of Lulu. Without her, she would not, at this point, be alive. Number 5. Deer saves a woman. Who doesn't adore seeing a deer in the wild? These benevolent creatures are amusing to watch and interact with. Although a lot of times they will run away from us humans, fearing that we may hurt them. In 2012, a lady was assaulted by a man in Oxford, Ohio, and he snatched her purse. He was clearly going to take her things and likely prepared to do worse. Anyway, that would be if not for a deer that hopped from underneath nearby bushes and frightened the outsider off. The lady left the scene with some wounds and bruises. However, no significant treatment was needed. She even got the opportunity to keep all her belongings. All of this was made possible by the assistance of a bold deer. I would prefer not to envision what might have occurred if this honorable creature hadn't been around. A cop who arrived at the scene said he had not seen a case like this in his 17-year career. Number 4. The cat who saved a family from a house fire. Diane Busher was woken up at 4:45 a.m. by the calls of her beautiful cat, Oreo, coming from the carport. Busher went downstairs to find out what the whining was about. What she saw was smoke and flares. She immediately got the cat and hurried back inside to awaken her husband and their 5 youngsters. The fire destroyed the carpet and a room. None of the family was hurt, thanks to the cat's cries. As a fascinating side note, none of the family had been too fond of the cat before the accident. Anyway, Jessie Busher guaranteed, "We love it now." Number 3. An elephant lifeguard. Amber Mason owes her life to the liberality and enthusiasm of a 4-year-old elephant. During the horrible 2004 tsunami that assaulted Indonesia's coastline, when the wave struck, the elephant took Amber on his back and hurried to higher ground. At the point when the wave slammed down on them with all of their capacity, the elephant turned his back to make a wall to secure the blessed Amber Mason. Amber's mother was close to the seashore, and she concedes toward the finish of the story, if Amber had remained with her, the little youngster was not sufficiently able to take the effect of the water. After this, her mother began getting some information about Ning Nang, and they revealed to her that the elephant had passed on. Her heart sank as she imagined the worst. Luckily though, Ning Nang and her daughter were safe from any potential harm. Now Amber is cheerfully riding on the back of her new elephant companion today. Number 2. Treo, the bomb-sniffing search dog. In the United Kingdom, Treo has been on the news for winning the Dickin Medal Grant, which is what might be compared to the Victoria Cross, which is what could be compared to the Medal of Honor. A sum of 26 different mutts, 32 World War II dispatcher pigeons, 3 ponies, and 1 feline have won the honor, first presented by PDSA organizer Maria Dickin in 1943. Treo tracked down 2 concealed bombs in Helmand territory, possibly sparing numerous lives, and is currently 8 years old, taking a merited retirement. His handler, Sergeant David Hayhoe, has worked with him for a long time, and Treo is presently the family pet. Number 1. The bear who saved a man. Robert Biggs was climbing in the forested areas in Whiskey Flats, California, on March 26, 2012, when he was assaulted by a mountain lion. He had been on many hikes before, but nothing had prepared the hiker for this unbelievable experience. Before the assault, he had been watching a bear and her offspring. He became witness to one of the most astonishing sights in nature, as he saw the mother bear and her little cub. But it all turned into a dangerous situation. He was going to leave when the mountain lion assaulted. The enormous feline bounced on him from behind, pushing him to the ground. He fruitlessly took a stab at warding off the lion until the bear arrived. The lion and bear battled for quite a while until the lion fled. The bear came back to her cub, and Biggs left for home. His only injury was to his arm. Biggs accepted the mountain lion was wanting to assault the bear's offspring before he showed up, yet then it turned on him. It changed nothing, however, since Mother Bear retaliated in any case. That's the end of our list of 10 animals that saved human lives. If you enjoyed the video, then give it a thumbs up and click the notification bell for our latest video updates. We would love to hear your feedback. What do you think of these heartwarming stories? Is there any story you want to share with us? Feel free to share in the comments section. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.